Dave Black. I'm from Adelaide originally. I now live in Sydney. I play for Sydney SWAT. I started properly playing the competitive scene in about '99, so 17 years. Probably 10 years too long. So I was lucky I got in pretty quickly. So I started, there was a team there, Dan Lacey from SA, he said, you want to jump on with us? So I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. And then that's where it started. So I played an event in Mount Gambier, down south, and we sucked. We just came dead last. But that folded, the association folded, and yeah, I was on a bit of a hiatus until we all came back together again. That was the PPLSA. So that was originally run by Scotty Stokes and some other guys, Todd Stokes. That's what was around when I first started, but I only had one event in there, maybe two events I think, before it all folded, unfortunately. So how SAPA started, and my role was basically, the PPLSA had folded, I just got the hunger, I just got the bug. So I was very keen to see more of it. No one was wanting to put their hand up. We were a lot of talks, a lot of whispers about trying to get something off the ground, a few fun events, but nothing, no official series. So I just saw an opening and had to kind of fill it to get my own hunger out. So went in, talked to some people about making an association, paintball association. Went through all the necessary legal work, get it all signed and done, and then made the SAPPA. So we got together all the old team captains. We knew had teams, had guys with the old gear and markers, and then said, look, we're putting something together again. Are you interested? And I think our first event was an 8-team, 5-man event. It was fantastic, and it just all started right after that. SAPA being the longest running league, I think it actually would be. I can't think of much else that would, yeah, I actually think it would be the longest running league because it was formed in 2000 or 2001. It's been running unstopped for 16 years now, so I guess it would be the longest running league, so that's pretty cool. For me, the highest point of SAPA was an event, I think it was around 08, 09, where there was a lot of Victorian teams. We had WA teams over. It was 16 teams run over 2 days on 2 fields. It was a huge event for SAPA to run. I wasn't the president at that point. I think Troy Lim was. And it was a massive undertaking. They had to get extra referees in, an extra field in. Just administration-wise, it was a big bite for them. There was a few complaints because it didn't, it ran to dark, but it was obviously one of the best events they've ever run, and for me it was one of the best events I ever played for SAPA, just because it's just the size, diversity of teams. It was a good, grindy finals. It was good. There was no clear, obvious teams going to win it either. You didn't know who was going to take it out. Could be Killswitch's game, Welt's game, Chronic, all those teams that were there at the time. I like those events where right to the last minute it was a hard-fought battle. It was a good event. I like that one. And it was the biggest I think SAPA's ever gotten to. So like they basically doubled their number in only a period of 5 to 6 years, which is very good. It was in a lot of ways more laid back. Yeah, it was good times. I mean, there was a lot more people who were drinking after games and a lot of people were smoking back then. I think generally the sport was a little more recreational compared to other states, which I liked as well though. It's good. I've been living in Sydney nearly 3 years now. I love it. I love Sydney. It's fantastic. I miss Adelaide. All my family's in Adelaide, and my friends, but I got new friends here. Action Paintball was fantastic. My job was fantastic. It was a risky move, but one that really paid off for me. I met my lovely fiance, who I'm marrying in 2 weeks. So Sydney was a gamble, but it really paid out. And for paintball for me has gone huge since making that move to a more competitive environment. Synergy, then Nightshade. This is SA teams. Then on to Total Eclipse. I've got to play with Scotty Stokes, which is pretty cool. Then Welt, and then Malice, and then moved over to play for BK for a round over here. It's my first real foray into pro. Then played for Thundercats, ACT team. That was a lot of fun. I met a lot of good friends there. Played there for 2 years. They unfortunately folded, and then I got a fantastic offer from Shenanigans to play in the pro division, which is a really good opportunity. I'm really thankful for all those guys. It was a good step into pro. Played a year with them and then got offered a spot on Sydney SWAT, which was just a dream coming true. That was probably the best point of my paintball career, getting that opportunity. So, and that's just opened everything up for me. So it was basically life-changing. It sounds really cliche to say that, but that opportunity meant that I had to sell up everything in the state I was in, say goodbye to my family and friends and move here, but it opened so many more opportunities that I feel that offer really did change my life in a lot of ways. This is the 25th year, so a lot of new jerseys are coming out this year and so forth. It's a big year for the team at the franchise. It is a very decorated team. It's the most successful team in Australian history. They have wins over in the States back in the day, old school paintball. Probably the most well-travelled, or one of the most well-travelled Australian teams. There are some others that are like STK, but they've done a lot of things. It's a very good team. It's a very good institution, and Mike, the owner, is a fantastic asset to any team. Like, he's a good guy. Dorito 1, snake corner, kill 1. Yeah, snake corner, Dorito 1, kill 1. Hey, the snake corner's all over me. Hey, Chris, shoot infield. Chris, shoot Dorito side. I'll fill out. Dorito 1, kill 1. Yep. Kill from snake, Sydney. That's all snake side dead. Back center only. Yeah. Hey, Dorito 2, back center, Sydney. Yeah, keep it up. Yeah. Okay, kill back center, kill 3. Okay, kill 4. Yeah, kill 5. Huge amounts of pressure. Actually, it was something I myself personally struggled with. I've never really cared or had any reservations in the way I play. I don't really second guess myself. But playing for such a prestigious team that you look up for, it really kind of phased my play early on. I didn't want to mess up on the field. It was actually a thing I had to struggle with quite a bit. But it was a difficult process, but once I got over it, it was good. So there is definitely a lot of pressure coming into a team that, you know, you need to win. You're trained, and a lot of money's gone into making this team win, and that's all they expect is win. Yeah, Dawson, I'll go back center, you go Doritos, Mo go Snake. Just stay alive, guys, find them and kill them, okay? Stay alive is the most important thing. Go! Okay, guard, back center, guard! Hey, Dawson, what have you got? Mo, put your gun on Doritos! You know, a third place is just unacceptable for the effort that goes into it, so everyone has to bring their game. So it is a much harder run team because not like you can just get your friends together and you're all equally responsible to each other. We're responsible to an owner, so you know, if we don't get the work done and bring him the W, then, you know, we have to make some answers to some very serious questions. So there is a lot of pressure with that, but I like that. At the same time, that breeds better players. You know, you want to be the best, you want to get field time, so you want to get hungry and get on there. So it's good, but it's a bit of a double-edged sword sometimes. The grind at this level is huge. I think when it comes down to pro in Australia, or pro in, I guess, in any country, it's those 1%ers. It's really, your gear needs to be on point, you need to be on point, you need to train a lot. Like, honestly, the amount of training dictates who wins. The teams that train the most win the most. But even just outside of training here, it's a physical thing. I mean, I've blown my knees multiple times, just training at home or so forth, sprint training. Everyone's blowing shoulders, you know, it is quite brutal. You are diving for your life. Essentially, you need to get that into that spot. So a lot of guys, we've got 2 or 3 guys injured right now who just, at training, have just pushed that extra little margin to try and get into a barricade alive, and they've popped a shoulder or done a knee. So it's a mental grind, because we fly around a lot too. So we do events over in, you know, Singapore and KL. Next year it's going to be all Thailand. So you've got, you know, all these flights. We still work, obviously, so you have to take time off work. But it's a mental grind, and it's also a really physical grind to do all the things you need to do to be at that top point, to be as fast as you can be, as fit as you can be, as mobile as you can be, and just even learning new tricks as well. Like some guy will come out and say, look, I think it's a better way of getting into this barricade. And then we're like, all right, we'll try that, and you just drill that over and over until that comes together. So yeah, definitely, but you get out what you put into it. Like one of the things I did moving, I feel what got me a lot of the opportunities I had was I would just train by myself. I would 2-3 nights a week, sometimes 4 or 5 nights a week, I would go out for an hour every night and just train my dives. I'm not naturally a good player, so I would just train dives over and over and over and over and over until I got it right. Then I'd train my corner breakouts. I must have done 2,000-3,000 corner breakouts on my own, just to kind of get those little 1% shaved off. And I feel for me, it's got me what I've put in has come back to me, which is good.
Hey, Dorito 1, Kelly! Dorito 1, Kelly! Dorito 1, Kelly! Dorito 2! Dorito 2! Hey, Mo, can you get wide? Hey, Mo, what's stopping you? Okay, Dorito 1! Kelly! Okay, kill 1! Kill 1! Kill 1 for Dorito 2!
At the end of the day, I think you need to work out what you want and go for it. I think find that training. Go train on the oval. Get your corner slides and your dives as tight as possible, so that on game day you are that guy that's getting out there and when no one can. You're the fastest to the corner. You're making it in there alive. You see an opportunity, you dive straight into the snake because you're fit and fast and you've trained for this. I think those are the things. You don't ever rely on anyone else. I mean, obviously tap into knowledge that people have, but don't be, if no one shows up to training, that's no reason for you not to go yourself. Train as hard as you can, ask a million questions whenever you can. Whatever you put into it is what you'll get out. And I think you'll always see the people who put the most in will always succeed more than anyone else. Mike at Action is the team owner, very supportive of us. We have some great sponsors in HK for all our gogs, hoppers, basically all our soft goods, and it's fantastic gear. I mean, I'd wear it even if I wasn't, offered to use it. Guns, we shoot Eclipse guns. They are fantastic, and their gear. I mean, I use the Eclipse pants, very good. And Paintball Assassin for all our jerseys and packs. It's all good gear. I mean, we wouldn't use it if it wasn't good gear because we'd be losing. And then, I mean, great, we have some from free gear, but it's losing us events. We can't have that. We use the stuff because it's the best, and it is really reliable, good gear. So, and of course, Killer Paintballs. Killer Paintballs, I've shot a lot of paint over the years, and the Plague is a very good ball. We've had options where we've had like high-grade dye paint when it was around, and Plague, and we chose the Plague. It shot best. It's actually a bit surreal. I met my first US pro player here. I was playing for Shenanigans, and it was Justin Cornell. And I was just sitting next to him, and he's the nicest guy in paintball. Like everyone says that, there's a lot, but there are a lot of nice guys. He just turned and started chatting to me about what team I played for and where I played on the field. Just general nice questions. And you'd think that you'd have to go approach them and talk to them, but it wasn't. He came just talk to some random Australian guy. They are amazing. They have a lot of different input you get. Like one person's got a very strong mental game, one person's got a good aggressive game, and they kind of bring that to you. One person's a good slow game. So each time you learn different tricks about the way they play and then how they amalgamate into your team. So they bring a lot to us, but I mean, nowadays we've got a pro player over every event for our team, and most of the other teams have a pro player. So like the Masters, you'll see about 5 or 6 of them. Now it's getting a bit more casual, where it's just like, I mean, Marcelo would come over and I'd no doubt crash at my house again, and it would just be like, Marcelo's on my couch, or Speaker's on my couch. It's just, that's what it is. It's just, we have an open door policy at our household, so most of the Americans crawling in at 3 in the morning drunk as on Sunday. But that's good. Like it feels great now to have this kind of just casual friendship with them, where you're not like, oh, this is the guy I've idolized for years. Now it's like, hey Ryan, how you going? Like just here's your towel, and that's it. So it's weird to see how that circle kind of come around again. So it's good. But it's a lot of fun, and I'm very lucky to be in a situation where, you know, these guys you did idolize and you see on TV, you can actually ask them questions and then, you know, see them get their feedback on events, you know, like it's really good.
I'm not going out for that. I'm not going out for that.